Good afternoon. Welcome to the Planning and Zoning Commission, and that's it for today. Really, we're not going to be, we're meeting with the council. Okay, may we have the roll call, please?
Okay, we'll start with the commission. Acting Chair Macon,
Here.
Commissioner Jabbar,
Here.
Commissioner Jabia,
Here.
Commissioner Javid,
Here.
and Commissioner Sinegar.
Okay, do we have any corrections regarding the minutes or a motion?
Do you want me to, oh, you can do the minutes and then the council vote. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
Or we can do it the other way?
Yep.
Okay.
A motion to approve? Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, Mayor?
Welcome, everybody. May I have a roll call, please?
Okay. Mayor West,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Neild, absent. Councilmember Durio,
Present.
Councilmember Feldshaw, absent. Councilmember Getz, Councilmember Samuel, and Councilmember Turner, absent.
Okay.
This will be the only opportunity to speak on these items is today. The Planning Commission will make recommendations to the City Council. The item will be heard, and will come before City Council on the next available agenda for a decision. There will be no public hearing on these items at the City Council meeting, so today is the only public hearing. Thank you all for coming, and I'll turn it back over to you.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Okay, our first one on the agenda is PZ 2024-226.
Good afternoon. Michael Ledoux requests approval of a specific use permit to allow a warehousing and storage facility at 2710 Gulf Street. This property previously operated as a furniture and home store. It's been vacant for a number of years. The applicant intends to store supplies and materials needed to maintain their real estate properties. Staff recommends approval of the request with the following conditions. Number one, any construction plans must meet all requirements by water utilities for water and sanitary sewer services, including any requirements of the city's backflow pretreatment and/or fog program. Second condition, any construction plans shall comply with all applicable fire and building codes. Third, any installed lighting shall be diverted from residential uses to the east and southeast. On your screen, the area outlined in red is the area under review. This is the site plan. This is the subject property. Properties to the north, east, south, and west. We did send out 19 property owner notices. We received 0 in favor and 0 in opposition. And I believe that we have the applicant present.
Okay, is there any questions of staff? Okay, is the applicant in the audience? If you'll please come forward and give us your name and address, please.
Hello, Michael Ledoux, 4635 Littlefield, Beaumont, Texas, 77706.
Okay, is there anything else you'd like to add to
No,
what we've discussed already?
everything's as she presented.
Okay, and you're aware of the 3 conditions and are good with those?
Yes.
Okay, is there any questions of the applicant? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, the meeting is now open for the public hearing. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or opposition? Anyone? Okay, public hearing's now closed. Do I hear a motion or discussion?
A motion to approve. Second. With the 3 conditions.
Okay, we have a motion to approve in a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, we move on to PZ 2024-250.
Yes, ma'am. Gerald Faha is requesting approval of a rezoning from RMH to GCMD2 zoning district to the properties located just west of 6130 Calder Avenue. The purpose of the rezoning is to allow for commercial development of a restaurant. Per our city's comprehensive plan, this property is located within the community center area, which includes hospitals, libraries, government agencies, office complexes, shopping centers, and high-density residential development. This rezoning request appears to align with the comprehensive plan. It should be noted that if this property were approved for the rezoning to GCMD2, any future development to the site will require an approved specific use permit. Staff sent 19 property owner notices, and we received 1 in favor and 0 in oppositions. The area outlined in red on the screen is the area for rezoning. This is an aerial footage of the property. This is the site plan. Subject property. So right now it's just undeveloped. To the north, that's Little Woodrow's. East, southeast, and west. So I know that those pictures don't paint exactly what's all there, so I'll just go back to this aerial image so that you guys can evaluate. We do have the applicant present.
Okay, any questions of staff? Okay, if the applicant's in the audience, if you'd come forward and give us your name and address, please.
Good afternoon, Gerald Farah, 990 22nd Street, Beaumont, Texas. This property was probably purchased by the gentleman I represent between 1998 and 2002. It's been vacant for a number of years. We bought it in 1.5 acres to the west that is currently already zoned GCMD. The other 2.6 acres is RMH. And so Chick-fil-A is trying to buy this tract, develop it for their restaurant, and also put a couple of small retail centers to the east of it. And we understand with GCMDT, you're going to have the right to kind of control what's going to be there. But just respectfully request that you grant us this zone change. Any questions?
Any questions of the applicant? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Public hearing is now open. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or opposition? Yes, sir.
Can I speak? I only have a chance to. My name is Sam Parigi, and my office is at 445 North 14th Street. I own the property to the west of where they're going to build it. In fact, they're going to butt up to me and the bank right there on the corner, the bank, Texas First Bank. And I just got to tell you, I just did a roof inspection of my property because my insurance, and they said, you got to get those leaves off the gutters and everything else. And once these trees are cleared out, it takes care of all my cleaning of that roof anymore. So I am in favor of it, but more than anything, I'm in favor of it because of who wants to develop it. Chick-fil-A are good corporate citizens. And I want to see them expand. They built one on College Street, as you well know, and it's doing well. It adds to our tax base, and it employs people, and that's what I'm about for Beaumont. So thank you. I hope you can see it our way. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Councilman Getz, I love Chick-fil-A. I look forward to having it closer to where I live instead of having to drive all the way to Gallup, all the way to College. Please consider favorably this request.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
I'm speaking on behalf of the support for Chick-fil-A. My request is more of...
May we get your name and address, please?
Stephen Ubry, 6280 Phelan. I'm the operations manager for Buxton Brewing Company. We're looking forward to the development of the property. I'm here to kind of talk as a problem we caused part of ourselves, part also with the school going in behind us. But we support the development. We want to see the development. We're happy with the development. We're just asking the city to have a plan for the traffic that's on Phelan currently. And that's all I have to say. Just think about the traffic. We really want to see the development happen.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, I'm Teresa Gore, 535 Parson Drive. I have the corner lot right behind Little Woodrow's. I'm okay with Chick-fil-A coming in. I don't have any problems with that. I just want to make sure that the lighting is going to be directional because whenever Little Woodrow's came in, they started redoing the shopping center. It looks fabulous, but at first the lighting was shining right in our windows. So that was an issue. And I know that the school was required to do a detention pond to accommodate basically taking out all the trees, green space, and all that, the drainage issues. Parson and Peyton already flood near Hillebrand Bayou, so I'm hoping that you can put some kind of condition in there that will do something about the drainage too and make sure that it's not going to be pouring out and basically flooding my end of Parson and Peyton, which currently don't have issues. And also I have the same concerns about traffic because right now school traffic isn't terrible, but as more students come in and everything, you get traffic backing up to Peyton. People have to go down Peyton, turn around, get in line. It's not that big a deal. There's back ways around, but if you start adding a whole lot of Chick-fil-A traffic, I kind of think that something might need to be done with that because that's a whole lot of people all really wanting to go to these places that we love, but there's just not a lot of space for everybody to turn and get around.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else who would like to speak? Okay, we've had some opposition, so if you would like to address the statements that have been made, if you'll come back and address those.
Yeah, the property is zoned general commercial and RMH, and if my knowledge is correct, on an RMH, you can probably put 40-something units and it's zoned right on the east side. And so that's going to be a lot more traffic than a Chick-fil-A. Also, this is a unique piece of property that you have Calder also that they can funnel off from Phelan to Calder. And I just don't see, the property is zoned for development, and it's nice to have a wooded track, but it's not doing anybody any good. And get it on the tax rolls, and I think that Chick-fil-A could run the Department of Transportation in the way they get cars in and out of there. So y'all are going to have a say in that also when you see their plans. So I don't see much of a downside. I don't think anybody in that area with the school wants 40 apartments and another Taco Bell or something right there, which it can be, and it's zoned that way. And that's my only comments. If you'll have any questions.
I do. Since you mentioned, and I was looking at that, this property sits on Phelan and Calder.
Yes, sir.
My suggestion, if
I'm not the developer.
Right. What I notice on College Street or even on down, their drive-through is the one create problems. If they can put drive-through from Calder coming in, and the Calder is not that busy, and you're not disturbing the school traffic at all day. So if they can, that's just my suggestion.
No, I understand.
But if they can come in from the Calder and exit wherever, that will help.
And I wish there was someone from the corporate. I'm representing the seller of this property, and they just couldn't get here. So this is,
Sure. Yes.
I'm representing a
drawing on the screen, and you'll see all the room for the cars to go underneath what you're talking about.
Right.
They're pretty good about getting cars in and out. And I know the school but the school's already there. And this is, to me, the best way to develop this piece of property. So
It is coming from the Calder anyway. Okay.
Hey, Demi, so right now this is just to rezone it. This is not the plans to finalize, right?
Yeah, this is just the rezone. This is like a very preliminary plan that they submitted to us.
Right, and the west half is definitely already zoned. It's already zoned GCMD with not being a GCMD2. And I don't know why we did it like this, GCMD2 for the whole thing. We could have just changed the 2.6, but I acquiesce to the zoning commission.
That is so the areas outlined in red that are zoned as RMH, those are the ones that are being considered. The one lot that you were speaking of, though, is already GCMD, so it should be fine.
Okay, any other questions of the applicant? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, is there anyone else? We've now heard from the applicant regarding the questions that were brought up. The public hearing is now closed. Do we have a discussion or a motion?
Second.
We have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. File PZ 2024-251.
Jerica Landry is requesting approval of a specific use permit to allow a halfway house at 2225 Wilson Street. She intends to provide housing and services to independent adults. The state of Texas has required Ms. Landry to receive approval from the city to allow a halfway house at this location. Our city ordinances require a SUP for this use, which is why it's before you today. Should be noted that halfway homes require careful consideration of their location and surrounding land uses. Some of these considerations include compatibility with other land uses, noise, traffic, and safety. This property is located within 6 blocks of the Jones Clark Elementary School. It is within an existing residential neighborhood and in close proximity to several churches. Due to this proximity of location, staff recommends denial of a halfway house at this location. Staff sent 19 property owner notices. We received 0 in favor and 1 in opposition, stating they're against the request as this is a senior citizen neighborhood. On your screen, the area outlined in red is under review. This is the site plan. This is the home. They had just recently built this home for a single family residential use. This is to the north, to the east, to the south, and to the west. And we do have the applicant present.
Okay, any questions of staff? What was the number that were mailed out again? I'm sorry, I missed that.
19.
And,
we received 1 in opposition,
Okay.
0 in favor.
okay, thank you.
What, do you have anything for the opposition person?
Yes, so they stated that they're against the request as this is a senior citizen neighborhood, and that's what
Okay,
what
thank
their
you.
reasoning was.
Okay, and is the applicant in the audience? Yes, ma'am. If you'll give us your name and address, please.
Good evening, how y'all doing? I'm Jerica Landry. My address is 4675 Roberts Avenue, but I'm requesting it on 2225 Wilson Street. How y'all doing this evening? I'm a little bit nervous, okay? I am requesting a home. It says a halfway house, but it's more so transitional living. We are more so trying to house the homeless individuals due to the ban of the homeless encampments around here. I recently, about a month ago, Channel 12 did a story concerning the encampments, and they interviewed me and my husband's best friend, who is recently homeless right now. So instead of us selling the home, we decided to open it up as a transitional living home. The ages are 55 to on up. So we are not going to house anybody that's below 55 unless under special circumstances. We did send a request in for TDCJ because they reached out to us concerning the veterans that they're releasing in the community that are over that's 70 years old, and half of them have medical issues. So that's the reason why we wanted to request for permits so that way we can finish the application process. The home, like I said, the home is housing 55 plus. We're not trying to make it like a drug area. It's going to be drug free. Pretty much, we partner with some other place, so therefore, if they can't afford to pay their rent, some other place has funds for them.
Okay.
So that's our goal.
Have you done this sort of thing before, participated in any of these type of housing situations?
So years ago, I worked for an agency called Oaks Living Center, and we housed the mental health, mental retarded. Well, it's considered IDD now. I work in a prison as a mental health therapist, so I see everything and how hard it is to place these people in homes when they're released. So especially the veterans that's being released out of prison, they have nowhere to go. So it's even more dangerous for them to be out in the area versus them being taken care of with their basic needs. And of course, housing and food is very important. You know, my husband's, like I said, my husband's best friend is considered homeless. So he stays there. I have a cousin that's getting ready to be released, 71 years old, has nowhere to go. So my goal is to house maybe a couple of them, not all of them. So that's why I said the house is considered more transitional living than a halfway house.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions of the applicant? Thank you.
Actually, no, I
Oh,
do.
I'm sorry.
How many people do you plan to have at the house at a time?
Between 6 to 8.
And how many bedrooms is it?
It's 6 bedrooms.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the public hearing is now open. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Public hearing is now closed. Do we have a motion or discussion?
I have a motion to deny it.
Okay, we have a motion to deny. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to deny and a second. All in favor of denying this, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, the motion is denied, or the applicant's denied. Okay, we're going to move on to item number 2024-253.
All right, last one. Megan Cobb requests approval of a rezoning from residential conservation revitalization historic to residential conservation revitalization to allow for a retail shop, events venue, administrative office, and art studio at 2398 Laurel Street. The use of the site as an art studio, retail shop, and administrative office seem appropriate for the area, and as there are a few existing similar low-intensity uses within the area. These types of businesses do not attract large volumes of traffic, making on-street parking manageable. Adaptive reuse should be encouraged to foster revitalization and stabilization within older neighborhoods. However, the use of the site as an events venue causes concern with parking availability. Typically, events venues have larger volume of traffic associated with them. The existing concrete pad on the driveway shown on the site plan does not meet city parking standards. Therefore, there is no off-street parking available. This could result in traffic impeding the neighboring property owners with issues to access site obstructions and congestion at nearby intersections. Therefore, staff recommends denial of the events venue at this site, as it does not appear to accommodate the use or its parking, but does recommend approval of the rezoning and specific use permit to allow a retail shop, art studio, and administrative office with the following conditions. Number one, it is the responsibility of the property owner to consistently monitor customer parking and mitigate traffic issues that may arise. Number two, a parking agreement shall be arranged with the parking lot owner west of 2398 Laurel, and a copy be provided to the city engineering department. Number three, any installed lighting must be directional and not adversely affect neighboring properties. Staff did send out 27 property owner notices. We received one in favor and one in opposition. In favor states the property was a trophy business for years. There's no issue. One concern, in opposition, there was concern for traffic, parking issues for an events venue. Okay with the administrative office and art studio. On the screen, the area outlined in red is under review. This is the site plan. So the area with the detached garage, that's where the retail shop and art studio will be. And we also have the applicant here to confirm that as well. This is the subject property. Subject property continued. To the north, to the east, south, and west. And we do have the applicant present.
Okay. Any questions of staff? Thank you. If the applicant is here, if you'll please come forward. May we get your name and address?
Megan Cobb, 2398 Laurel in Beaumont, Texas.
Okay. Do you have any additional information that you'd like to add?
I really don't. I would like to second what has already been stated about fostering and exemplifying interest in rehabilitation of 100-year-old Beaumont buildings and residences. And what better place to do it in such a prominent spot as 8th and Laurel?
Do you own the property? Are you leasing it, or what's the status?
Financed to me, yes, ma'am.
You own it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So what kind of events were you trying to host over there?
None. I'm okay with the opposition to that, so we can scratch that.
Alrighty.
Okay. Any other questions of the applicant?
How many people are you gonna have at a time over there?
Based on my existing business downtown, I get no more than like 5 customers at a time. And I actually would have more parking on site at this proposed location than I currently do at my business downtown.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Thank you. Okay, the public hearing is now open. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Anyone? None heard. Oh, public hearing's now closed. Do we have a motion or a discussion?
A motion to approve with the 3 conditions.
Okay, there were 2 sections to that.
So staff's recommendation was to deny the request for the events venue, but to approve the rezoning and specific use permit to allow a, let me get it right, retail shop, art studio, and administrative office with said following conditions.
Okay, you want to restate your,
Okay. Alrighty. A motion to approve the site for a specific use permit to allow for a retail shop, art studio, administration office only with the 3 underlying conditions here stated. Does that work?
Including the rezone?
Including the rezone, yes. Good?
okay. Did everybody understand that? Okay, so we have a motion to approve the art studio, the rezoning, but not the event center.
And deny that.
Okay, and deny that part, all right. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Okay, there we go. Mayor? Thank you.